talk about very different work now. Steve works on some really extraordinary projects with big entertainment companies, often designing story worlds and campaigns and prequels to television series and film properties. And he's just launched a project called The Hunted this week, so he's going to give us a bit of background about how he's developed this project.
Sure. I thought I'd talk about something that was live that went in market in the last week. It hasn't completely rolled out yet, but if I give you a quick brief overview of what we're doing, then you can go back and you can immerse yourselves into it and maybe watch it unfold, and that will give you the kind of ideas of the work that we do. Campfire was founded by 2 of the 5 guys that made the Blair Witch Project. And you know, when that film, cast your mind back to that, obviously a hugely successful independent film, but also one of the first properties to really spin fan communities and fan engagement around the property in advance of the film coming out, and invite them to immerse themselves in the story world, in the mythologies, particularly of that movie. There were documentaries, there was a site we could go and explore some of the stories of the Blair Witch. A lot of people were convinced that that story was real, and a lot of that work was due to the immersion of those fans, and those fans ultimately were responsible for the success of the movie, getting it played in their local shows and it going crazy. But after that movie, Campfire was founded to try and bring some of that thinking to other films, TVs, other brands as well. We work with a whole range of brands, but mostly entertainment properties. In one sense, what we do is marketing, because we try to get interest, excitement, conversation happening in advance of a show or a movie. But I think it's a bit more than just that, because what we do is extend a story world that's been created by a filmmaker or a TV show and bring it out in a way that audiences can experience it in advance, can immerse themselves in it and be a part of it, kind of put themselves in the center of it. And if you allow them to do that, not only do they feel a connection with the property before it even airs, they share and they spread and they start to evangelize, and you can get almost a grassroots movement going ahead of the show. So that kind of pervades all the work that we do, and sometimes story worlds are very rich, like the work we did for Game of Thrones and True Blood, and it gives you a kind of a rich fantasy place to play, but not all story worlds have those kind of hooks. And I want to show you something now that we're launching for Cinemax. So Cinemax is starting to roll out a series of original programming. And there's a show coming up in the next few weeks in October called Hunted. And Hunted has been created in conjunction with the BBC. Hunted tells the story of an agency. It's a spy. It's a corporate espionage story, and it tells the story of this agency, Blackwater-like style agency that any of the world's CEOs can hire to infiltrate their competitor and go in. And the stories are based around those missions. It's from Frank Spotnitz, who was a lead writer on The X-Files, an executive producer of The X-Files, and stars Melissa George from Alias. So it has some elements that we know fans will really embrace. But still, there's this world of corporate espionage. How do we bring that to life and let people kind of dig into that? It's not science fiction. It's not something that immediately you think has a fan base. So we've worked very closely with the showrunner to extend his story world. He's been very involved. The talent's involved. I can show you that. To create almost like a transmedia prequel to the show. You can experience the world, experience the fictional company, Byzantium Security, before you even get to the show, and kind of understand the themes, meet some of the characters, kind of know what you're in for. So let's look at some of the pieces that rolled out literally in the last week and a half, and how it started. It kind of is transmedia because it happens across multiple platforms, and each platform is used differently. We tend not to think of transmedia as screens, a second screen on an iPhone, or we tend not to think about channels. We think more about how would somebody dropped into this world experience that world around them? What would be the touch points?